Hello everyone, welcome to Everything Arsenal Champions League draw time. How are you guys feeling? How are you guys, which teams do you guys want to face? It's going to be an interesting one. We're definitely going to get a couple of really good teams. So we'll go through that. Pot 2 this time looks very good as well, so we might get a couple of more that are difficult there. So obviously you want a balance like last season. I think last season in terms of the fast pot, we were actually lucky we got Inter Milan and Atalanta. We didn't get any of the big teams at all. But this season, it looks like we could definitely get some of the bigger teams. Now, we are definitely not here for the injury updates. Ignore whatever is on screen. We are here for the Champions League draw. That is what we are here for, not the injury updates, the Champions League draw. So what we want is a balance. We want to face, a couple of good teams and a couple of, let's say middle teams. Let's not call them mid teams. Let's just say middle kind of teams. But the truth is, this time around as well, teams like Real Madrid and teams like Bayern Munich, they're also saying we also don't want to face Arsenal. So that is good. We're not the only ones who we used to say like we don't want to play Real Madrid, we don't want to play this one and that one. They're also saying that this time around. So let's go through the pots. They're actually showing Arsenal versus PSG last season. Man, this game, I remember it very well. So that is pot 1. Pot 1 has PSG, Real Madrid, Man City, Bayern Munich, Liverpool, Inter Milan, Chelsea, Dortmund, and Barcelona. So Arsenal can't face the English teams, obviously, this round. So you can cancel their Chelsea. You can also cancel Liverpool and Man City. So we are going to play 2 out of PSG, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Inter Milan, Dortmund, and Barcelona. So obviously we played PSG last season 3 times. We played Real Madrid twice last season. We played Bayern Munich twice the previous season. We played Inter Milan last season as well. Dortmund and Barcelona, we haven't played them anytime recently. So comment which 2 teams you want to face from pot 1. Let me know 2 teams you want to face from top 1 from the pot 1. We can't face English teams, so any of the other 2 teams. Comment 2 teams you want from pot 1. So let me know which teams you guys want from pot 1. For me, I'd be happy. So 1 game will be home, 1 game will be away. 1 game will be home, 1 game will be away. Last season, we had Inter Milan away. So I don't think you're going to escape and face, let's say, Dortmund and then Inter Milan. No, I'm sure you're going to get one of Barcelona or Bayern Munich or Real Madrid or PSG, which, listen, no problem. You're only going to play them once, especially the home games. If it's a home game, just like I said last season, you need to win all your home games. If you win all of your home games, you don't even need to, really win away. We drew with Atalanta, we lost to Inter Milan, we beat was it Sporting? So Makar says Barcelona and Dortmund. Makar wants to play Barcelona and Dortmund. I'll take that. We haven't played Barcelona in a long time. I think it was preseason. Fred says he wants us to play Barcelona and Dortmund as well. I'd definitely say Dortmund too. Obviously, a lot of people would say Dortmund. I'm sure even the other teams would say they want Dortmund from that pot. I mean, listen, 1 game, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, I don't mind playing them 1 game at all, to be honest. So the draw is about to start, but yeah, I still have a few minutes to go. But they've let's go back to this. So many people want Dortmund. Martin says Dortmund as well and Barcelona. Let's see which ones we're going to get. Now, pot 2, we are also going to get 2 teams. Obviously, we can play any of them. We can't play ourselves, obviously. Abu says Madrid and Barca. Wow. You want 2 Spanish teams there. Simon says PSG revenge and Dortmund. Yeah, so most of you want Dortmund, and then quite a lot of you want Barcelona as well. So let's go to pot 2. So pot 2, another 2 teams. Let's see, Leverkusen, Atlético Madrid, Benfica, Atalanta. We played Atalanta last season. Villarreal, we just played them in preseason. They beat us in preseason. Juventus, Frankfurt, Club Brugge. So 2 more teams from pot 2. Which 2 teams do you want from pot 2? Comment 2 teams you want from pot 2. You're welcome, 256. You're welcome. So the 2 teams I'd want from pot 2, listen, 1 is going to be home, 1 is going to be away. Now, if a scenario happens where we get Madrid and Barca, like the way Abu has said he wants, you don't also want to have, Atletico Madrid and Juventus. Or obviously, you want a balance. You don't want to end up with Real Madrid, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, Juventus. That is tough. You don't want like every single tough team. You need to win games. You're not going to win all of those. You need to have a balance. So you also need a couple of easier teams somewhere. So in pot 2, I'd want a good home game there against Frankfurt and a good away game against Club Brugge. I wouldn't mind that. But in terms of facing, if it's at home, I don't mind any of those teams. I'd like to avoid Atletico Madrid from pot 2. But the rest, if it's a home game, I don't mind. If it's an away game, I would like to definitely not face Atletico Madrid at all. Away from home, we played Atalanta last season. I don't mind it. Villarreal are quite good. I think they're top of the table in La Liga right now. Club Brugge is okay. Frankfurt, it's okay. Yeah, I would probably like to avoid Juventus and Atletico Madrid away from home there. So 2 teams. Let's see. Frankfurt and Brugge, says Fred. Ignatius says Real Madrid and PSG. And Jeep and Club Brugge. Who's Jeep? Who did you mean by? Or do you mean Club Brugge? Did it autocorrect you, my care? Club Brugge and Frankfurt. Yeah, that would be perfect from that group. Party and Club Brugge. So Villarreal. That would be an interesting one if we play Villarreal again. Like we played them in preseason. Pot 2, I'd like to face Benfica and Brugge, says Martin. Okay, so let's go to pot 3. Pot 3, we have Tottenham, PSV, Ajax, Napoli, Sporting. These are very good teams, Olympiacos, Slavia, Prague, Bodø, Glimt, Marseille. Now, let me just tell you, because I know most of you will say Bodø Glimt. Bodø Glimt is a very good team. I've followed them the last 3 years. They're a very good team. Actually, if you had to ask me from this, if Bodø Glimt were to play like Napoli, I wouldn't be surprised if Bodø Glimt won the game. If Bodø Glimt played Olympiacos, I'd not be surprised if Bodø Glimt won the game. So there, if it's a home game against Bodø Glimt, I don't mind. But going to Bodø Glimt away, I'll tell you, Ali, it is a very tough game. They play in a carpet. They use a carpet in their stadium, and it's always very hard for, like in the European big leagues, to go to such countries. And the weather as well over. You remember when teams used to play against CSK, Moscow from Russia, and those teams used to lose? Yeah, Bodø Glimt is kind of like the same. The weather there is it's terrible. And the pitch is artificial and all that. So tough team to play. They're currently top of their league. I follow them every single week. They're very good, Bodø Glimt. So we can't face Tottenham, obviously. We played PSV last season. We've played PSV a lot of seasons. Forget about last season. I think we've played PSV like 3 seasons in a row or something, in the Europa League and the Champions League twice. I also kind of want to play a newer team. I'm tired of playing PSV. We've played them like 6 times over the last 3 years. Ajax, we haven't played Ajax a long time. Napoli is very good. De Bruyne, McTominay, those guys are very good. Sporting, again, we've played Sporting like 4 times over the last 2 years, 3 years. Olympiacos away is usually tough. So let me see what you guys are saying. Which teams do you want from pot 3? Which teams do you want from pot 3? From pot 3. Olympiacos and Ajax, says Fred. Let's see. So the draw, obviously, they'll come and talk a little bit before. Olympiacos and Ajax, says Fred. PSV and Ajax. Olympiacos, that's Abu. Olympiacos and Napoli, says Martin. Hope versus Juan, how are you? He says Hope versus tough teams like Barcelona and Bayern at home. So from each spot, you're going to play 1 team at home, 1 team away. So you're probably going to land a tough away game unless you get like a Dortmund away. But the chances are you're going to either go to a Real Madrid or Barcelona or Bayern Munich, somewhere there you're going to play one of them. Ajax and Sporting are a more revenge, Simon. We trashed them 5-1, but I know what you mean. The Gyökeres saga. I had forgotten about that, Simon. I remember now. The Gyökeres saga. Gyökeres to score a goal against Sporting. That would be beautiful, As we saw yesterday, I think Gyökeres was actually carrying Amorim at Sporting. I don't think Amorim was the one who was good. I think it was Gyökeres. So, yeah, it would be great to face them. Ajax and Napoli, says Macaire. If I was to choose 2, I would say Slavia Prague at home. And then I would say I don't mind any of them away, apart from Napoli. PSV again away, that's fine. It's just because we've played them so many times. Slavia Prague is fine. I don't like Bodø Glimt away. If it's a home game, it's fine. But let's see. Let's go to pot 4. Which teams do we want to play in pot 4? So there's Copenhagen, Monaco, Galatasaray, Union SG. That's from Belgium. Karabag, Athletic Club, Newcastle, Paphos, and Kairat. So Paphos is from Cyprus. I think this is like the first or second time they're there. First time. Kairat are from Kazakhstan. That's definitely their first time in the Champions League. Now, obviously, a lot of the pot 1, pot 2, pot 3 teams would not want to face like Monaco and Galatasaray from pot 4. That is very tough, if you end up with Real Madrid, Barcelona. Also, you can only play 2 teams from one country. So we can't get Madrid and Barcelona in pot 1 and then also get Atletico Madrid and or Bilbao. We can only get 2 teams from each country. If I remember correctly from last season, you can only play 2 teams from one country. So you can't end up like 3 of them. So if you say you want Ajax if you say you want, like Abu said, he wants Madrid and Barcelona, he can't also want Athletic Club because he's already chosen 2 teams from. Simon, they've already started, but they're still talking. They obviously need to do the usual talk. So let's say in 10 minutes or something. And they're going to start with the ones from pot 1. So here we can't face Newcastle, and obviously we played Athletic Club in preseason as well. You don't want to get like Galatasaray away here. Any other, I'm fine. Copenhagen, Karabag, Paphos, Kairat. Make sure we give us one of Paphos or Kairat, please. That's what I want. Why is this playing here? This guy would copyright this. So that is those are the pots. We are going to get 2 teams from each pot. Let me put on to listen to the draw. Let's see who's doing the draw. Oh, Champions League draw is back, man. Champions League is back. Karabag and Galatasaray, says Martin. Karabag and Galatasaray. I would like to avoid Galatasaray. Let me just confirm which other teams you said, Martin. Olympiacos, Napoli, Benfica, Brugge, and you also said Dortmund and Barcelona. Okay, that's not bad. That's a good balance. I mean, you have... But many teams, you don't want to just play 8 tough teams, obviously. Considering also like you have Premier League games. Like, for example, there's a week where we're going to have, I think, Man City and someone else. Man City, and then the other weekend someone else. You don't want to also get Juventus away in the middle of that, There's a time you're going to play Chelsea and Tottenham back-to-back weekends. You don't want to get Chelsea away and then Real Madrid away and then Tottenham away in the same week, even though you have a squad, you want it to be a little bit easier in between that. There's a week where we're going to play Sunderland away and Burnley away. Those are 2 teams you'd expect us to win, but because they're going to be tough away games, you don't want to also get, Galatasaray in between that 3 away games in a row. But hey, it's okay. Either way, you're going to still face good teams, the Champions League. And last season, we got Atalanta, we got Inter Milan, we got Girona, we got I think Shakhtar. I think we also played Sporting. So last season I think it was okay. So let's see. But remember, most of the teams in these groups as well, I'm sure if you look at pot 1, if you listen to Real Madrid and PSG fans and those guys, they'll also be saying, oh, we don't want to play Arsenal, especially Real Madrid. They're also going to be saying you don't want to play Arsenal in the group. Remember, the aim is to finish in the top 8. You want to finish in the top 8, so you go to the next round directly. Last season, they definitely screwed us over. Last season, we finished 3rd in the table, and then despite PSG finishing below us, when the time we played PSG in the knockouts, we had to play them away second game. So now they've changed that this season. If you finished above a team in the league phase, you're going to play your home game second. That is how it was supposed to be for us last season against PSG. Anyway, this season, if you finish top, you're going to play all your home games second, basically all the way to the final. Let's see. Who's coming to do the draw? Galatasaray and Bilbao, says Macaire. Most of these teams are tough anyway. But yeah, most teams would not want to face Atletico Madrid and Arsenal. Obviously, Barcelona and Real Madrid cannot play Atleti and Villarreal, so they'll probably get one of us there. Let's see. It is automatic. The draw is done with the computer these days, so that is very interesting. But most of you have said you want Barcelona. Most of you have said Dortmund. I've seen most of you want Club Brugge. Most of you want, I think, Napoli. Napoli is a tough one. Napoli away is a tough one. That one is definitely a tough one. They obviously have to do all the talk and talk and talk and talk. Let's see. Draw system. We know about the draw system. Part one. Draw explanation. We know the draw. So the Champions League will start after the international break. After we play against, I think, Nottingham Forest. That's when the Champions League will start. Last one we started with Atalanta away. I would like a game where you can win the first game, start the season well. That's what I'd want. We don't want the qualifiers. You saw how easily Man City went out last season. So we are close to the Champions League draw starting. Yesterday we had the Carabao Cup draw. We got drawn against Port Vale. There's so many English teams this time round, but Man United are still not there. They have to talk, guys. They have to talk and tell us how awards and all that. Chelsea president. That stage looks beautiful. First time for many of these teams actually are playing this kind of format. Chelsea have never played this kind of format. Same with Tottenham. So it's a bit different. Morris from Uganda says need both teams. Muhindo from Uganda, thank you. Need both teams and ready to hammer all. So in the Champions League, just as I said last season, I think you really just need out of the 8 games, you just really need like 5 wins. If you get 5 wins and lose less than 1 game, you're going to finish in the top 8. So if you get 5 wins, 2 draws, and a loss, you're going to finish in the top 8. If you want to finish higher than that, you either need 5 wins and 3 draws or 6 wins, a draw, and a loss. Obviously, if you win all of the games, you're going to finish top. But it's very hard to win all of the games in the Champions League. Most of them are going to be tough. Now, how I look at it is the 4 home games that you get, just like we got PSG at home last season, you just need to win that home game. So we are going to, let's say, even if you get Bayern Munich at home or Dortmund at home, wherever, you need to win your home game. Sport 2, whichever team you get at home, you need to win it. So you need to win all 4 of your home games. And then for the away games, you probably need to beat the ones that are, from the bottom, the pot 4 and the pot 3. And then, you don't really need to win all your 8 games. Even if you get like a Bayern Munich away, a draw is absolutely fine. You're still going to finish in the top 8. That's the target. You don't want extra games in the knockouts, having to qualify for the round of 16. Fabrizio Romano is in the advertisement for Champions League. He's really gone to a different level, to be honest. He's in the Champions League ad. That's interesting. Zidane. Ibrahimovic. Last season, I mean, you prefer the group stages, obviously, but the league phase one was very interesting. I know why they did that. So that's the very last matches in the league phase. All of them still matter because you can easily move from 5th to 11th. Usually in the group stages, you can win the first 4 games, and the last 2 games, you don't even really need to win them. You can start resting players. In this one, you can't rest players at all, even in the last game. Here we go. They're using Fabrizio's tagline. Here we go. Oh God, long advertisement. I mean, I can see all the legends: Figo, Zidane, Ibrahimovic. But can we get the draw? Can we get the draw? So they're going to draw pot 1 first. So we could find out which team you're playing between this before they even get to pot 2. So yeah, we're going to find out which teams you're playing from pot 1 before they get to our pot. And it's computer generated. So if you take a look at, let me just show you UCL dates. So it's usually very important to know, like, where we are playing these games, in between which teams, in between which Premier League games. Let's see. Man, they did a whole advertisement, a whole ad. Ibrahimovic, just all these guys, like a good 10-minute ad. Wow, fair enough. The acting is not bad. Let's see. So match day 1 will be 16th to 18th September, and then the second one will be 30th September to 1st October. So in terms of our fixtures, we are going to get one fixture between Nottingham Forest and Man City after the international break. We are going to get one fixture between Newcastle and West Ham. That's not bad. We're going to get one fixture between Fulham and Crystal Palace. That's good. 2 London teams. You don't have to travel there. If you get another home game there again, that would be great. One game will be between Burnley away and Sunderland away. Okay. All those are good so far. 25th and 6th November. Yeah, this is the hardest. You're going to play Tottenham at home and then one Champions League game and then Chelsea away. So that is like the toughest week so far, depending on which teams you're going to get in and how the orders are going to be. 9th, 10th of December. Another game will be between Aston Villa and Wolves. Again, not that bad. And then obviously the 7th match day and the 8th match day will be in January, as we did last year. Not December. Usually Champions League used to end in December, the group stage, but this time it ends in January. 20 and 21st. Let's see. Yeah, one will be between Nottingham and Man United. And then the other one will be 20th January between Man United and Leeds. So yeah, not too bad. The way our Premier League games are arranged, not too bad in terms of the match days. This time round, I need 7 wins and 1 draw, no loss in the group stages. Would be great. It would be fantastic, but it doesn't really matter that much. Even if you lose one game, you can still finish top. I think Liverpool finished top, right? I think they lost. They lost to, I think, PSV or someone last season. Yeah, even if you lose one game, you're probably still going to finish first. There's no one who's going to win all 8 games. That is not possible. Liverpool were close last season, but it's still very hard to fit to. Liverpool are about to finish unbeaten, but winning all 8 games is tough. We do have a squad, though, Mike. We do have a squad. Ibrahimovic is coming for the draw. So it depends. Let's say, after the first 5 games, you have 5 wins, and you have Chelsea and Tottenham coming up, and you have a Champions League game, I wouldn't mind, like, if you rest players in that one, you don't have to go full force, especially if you're already in a good position to go through. I need, I just need, I need the 4 home wins. 4 home games at home, just win those ones and try to get 2 wins away from home. And then the rest, if you want to draws, 1 draw, 1 loss, whatever. Zlatan. Man, they are still conversating 20 minutes into the show. Four home games, four away games. Zlatan, when they say the word aura, that is Zlatan. Like, just look at him, the way he speaks, just aura. It's like Roman Reigns in WWE. Like, it's full of aura. Travis from Kenya says, please give me Barcelona. Away from home or at home, Travis? Do you want them away from home or at home? If you're just joining, let us know which team you want from port 1, which team you want from port 2, which teams you want from port 3 or port 4. Is there any team you want to avoid? Usually, back in the day, I used to ask, which teams do you want to avoid? And these days, I don't ask that question because we've changed. The Arsenal team has changed. Away, says Travis. He wants Barcelona away. Okay, and then which other team do you want at home from port 1? Or can we get the draw, guys? Can we get the draw? Bayern Munich, interesting. Can we get the draw? Bayern Munich and Barcelona. Nah, I would want a Dortmund there. Okay. Can you introduce the next guest, please, and let's get the draw? Kaka. Kaka and Ibrahimovic are doing the draw. I don't care about any team, says Simon. Simon is okay with whichever team that comes our way. We've changed for sure, Simon. We've changed. Back in the day, man. No, I'm not afraid of any team, but the schedule has to be good. You don't want to play Barcelona, you play Bayern Munich, you also play Atletico Madrid, you also play Juventus. You need to win some games, and also to balance it out with the Premier League, you don't want every single game for 3 months to be tough, and when the others have easier games as well. So this is the only time you can balance it out, get a couple of good teams and a couple of teams that you expect to beat. I'm not scared of any team now. 2021, yes. 2025, nah. But the toughest out of those would probably be Barcelona away. Kaka. Okay, McCary, can always rewatch this later. Ready for any team, says fastest. They take so much time to start the draw, so Kaka's English is pretty good. They never played with each other. Okay, the guys who are doing the draw are a bit fun. Kaka does look like an actor, He looks like he would play a Hollywood movie actor. He looks like Tom Cruise. Guys, let's get to the draw, please. Okay, it looks like they're actually going to start the draw now. That is good. We are making progress. I believe my team, and I'm not afraid of any big team anymore, says Andrew. We got to the semi-finals last season. We were one game away from the final. Let's hope for more of the same. This season, the teams are tougher than last season, I think. So the guy is giving us the procedure and everything. So we're about to kick off. So just a reminder, you can only face two teams from each pot, one home, one away. And then you can't play more than two teams from one country. And you also can't play teams from England. There's 4 new teams in the Champions League this year. We can play any team, but I prefer mixed schedule, small and big teams. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. It's live on TV, and as if it's also live on UEFA.com if you can access it. It is live on TV though. So last season we had Atalanta and Inter Milan from pot 1. I think PSG and Sporting from pot 2. I think Monaco and Shakhtar pot 3. Dinamo Zagreb, Girona pot 4. Yeah, this time is definitely going to be harder than that. So these days, it doesn't matter which pot you are in. Back in the day, if you're in pot 1, you can't play teams in pot 1. But these days, even if you're in pot 1, you're going to still play 2 teams from pot 1. So things changed. Abu says the most important thing, let's get the draw. The rest is history. You're ready for any team, and the reserve is available. Andrew says, I prefer we win the UCL this season, but I want us to win every competition if possible. We are in. Come on, you guys. You have to attempt to at least, you have to attempt to go as far as you can in all of them. Premier League is one that I really want. Champions League would be a dream, Andrew. Like, we've never won it, so this will just be a dream completely. Like, I'd absolutely love if you could win the Champions League. I remember Liverpool tried to win the Premier League a lot, but Man City kept on stopping them, and then they basically won the Champions League fast, and then the next one they came and won the Premier League. These days, we don't care about any team. We are the Arsenal, says Bedani. It's time, says Martin. It is. Okay, let's get started, guys. Let's get started. I missed your comment. Leneke says, any team you're okay? Let me try Barcelona this time round. The way they do the Champions League draw, it is actually very complicated. Like, no, not in terms of understanding. I understand it, but in terms of them setting everything up, it must be really hard work, man. Okay, the draw has started now. Pot 1. PSG, the winners, the champions of last season. Real Madrid, they've won it a lot of times. Manchester City, they went out quite early last year. Bayern Munich, they are the ones who eliminated us 2 seasons ago. Liverpool. Inter Milan. I usually try to also get teams we haven't played recently. Chelsea, Dortmund. So Dortmund, Barcelona, those teams you haven't played recently. The thing is, with our defense, you're not really scared against any team, to be honest. They've said they draw 30 minutes later. That's crazy. It was supposed to start. I know the usual procedures, but hey, let's start. Let's kick it off. Is it, Andrew? Let me just confirm. Okay, the first team out. Bayern Munich is the first team out. Which teams are they going to get? Bayern Munich. Let's see Bayern Munich's 8 teams if you're part of that. Chelsea, PSG, Club Brugge, Arsenal. Bayern Munich will play against Arsenal away. So we are going to host Bayern Munich at the Emirates Stadium. We are going to face Bayern Munich at the Emirates Stadium. So that is going to appear here somewhere. So that is our first game. We are going to play. You want me to adjust the screen? In what way, Abu? Like that. How are you, Double JEP? Bayern Munich fan. We are playing you at the Emirates Stadium. So there it is. It has appeared under Arsenal. They are going to come to the Emirates Stadium. The second team out is... So Bayern Munich's team are out now. They're playing Chelsea, PSG, Caboche. Chelsea is the second team out. So we can't play Chelsea. We can't play Chelsea. The Bayern Munich at home is fine. Chelsea, Bayern Munich away. Chelsea will play Barcelona and Bayern Munich, Benfica, Atalanta, Ajax, Napoli away, Parfos and Karabag. Yeah, Napoli away, Bayern Munich away, Barcelona home. That one is tough for them. Okay. So we can still play Barcelona. We can still play Barcelona. Let's see. Real Madrid is the next team out. Are we going to get Real Madrid? Are we going to get Real Madrid? Probably. Let's see. Nope, we are not going to play Real Madrid in the group stage, in the league phase. They are going to play Man City. I think Man City have played Real Madrid like 100 times the last 2 years, 3-4 years there. They're going to go to Liverpool away. So Real Madrid are going to play both Man City and Liverpool. Okay. So we now know which teams Real Madrid are facing and which teams Chelsea are facing, which teams Bayern Munich are facing. So we can't play Real Madrid, but we are going to play Bayern Munich. So let's see which is the next team you're going to get now. Who is next? Inter Milan. Are we going to play Inter Milan again? Are we going to play Inter Milan again? Let's see. So we have Bayern Munich at home. Let's see if you're going to play Inter Milan away again, like last season. Inter Milan, Liverpool, Dortmund, Arsenal. There you go. We are playing Inter Milan away again. So that is pot one done. Pot one done. We are going to play Bayern and Inter Milan. Bayern at home and Inter away. So we are playing Inter Milan away again. So our pot one is done. So you're not going to play Barcelona or Real Madrid or any of those guys. It's going to be Bayern Munich at home, Inter Milan away. Simon says no problem. Yeah, I don't mind that. I think from all the teams that would have been the best. I think getting Barcelona away and Bayern Munich at home or Real Madrid at home would have been the toughest. But this one for Bayern Munich at home, Inter Milan away, I don't mind it. I mean, I would have loved Dortmund, but no problem. Man City, Villarreal, Juventus. Tottenham are going to play Dortmund. Dortmund's not so bad. Inter Milan, Man City away, Villarreal, Juventus. Okay, I mean, it's not easy. Yeah, you don't want to get Bilbao from pot 4. That's a bit tough, getting Bilbao from pot 4. Okay, so far, so good. I do hope we get Kairat or Parfos though from pot 4. So pot 1 is done for us, so you can just take a look at the other teams here. We're not going to get drawn now until the next round. Madrid are going to face both Man City and Liverpool. Man City are going to play Dortmund and Madrid. Bayern Munich are going to play Chelsea and PSG. Liverpool are playing Real Madrid. Inter Milan away. Inter Milan, Arsenal. Let's see Liverpool's games. That we definitely have to keep an eye on them. Atletico Madrid home, Frankfurt away, PSV home, Marseille away, Karabakh home, Galatasaray away. That's good. We're not going to get Galatasaray away. Or we could get them away still because we're in a different port. But Liverpool have Galatasaray away. So Liverpool's games are up as well. There you go. That's very quick. I wanted Barcelona away, says Travis. Okay, Liverpool. What do you guys think of Liverpool's draw? Real Madrid, Inter Milan, Atletico, Frankfurt, PSV, Marseille, Karabakh, Galatasaray. Barcelona is next up. Chelsea have Barcelona, Bayern, Benfica, Atalanta, Ajax, Napoli. Okay, Barcelona is next up. So far, they have Chelsea away. Let's see. Okay, these Barcelona fixtures are very good for them. Oh, they have Newcastle away. Ooh, Newcastle versus Barcelona will be an interesting one. Newcastle fans would love that. Barcelona going to their place. PSG, Barcelona are going to play PSG as well. So PSG, Chelsea, Frankfurt, Club Brugge, Olympiacos, Slavia, Prague, Copenhagen, and Newcastle. So 2 teams for Barcelona. 2 more teams from Pot 1. PSG. So you're not going to play PSG. We already have Bayern and Inter Milan. Let's see. PSG are next up. PSG. Here they are. They are going to play Bayern and Barcelona. That's tough. Atalanta. They're also going to play Newcastle. So Newcastle are playing PSG again. I remember they played each other 2 years ago. So the champions PSG will play Bayern Munich, Barcelona, Atalanta, Leverkusen, Tottenham. So Tottenham are also going to go to PSG. This PSG one is not easy as well. Sporting away, Bilbao away, Barcelona away, Leverkusen away. Yeah, this is one of the toughest here for PSG. Man City are next up. Where is Man City? Man City are going to play Dortmund at home, Real Madrid away. Let's see which other teams Man City are going to play. Leverkusen home, Villarreal away, Napoli home, Bodø Glimt away, Galatasaray home, Monaco away. Wow. Yeah, getting Galatasaray and Monaco in pot 4, that is the toughest possible draw, getting Galatasaray and Monaco from pot 4. And then Man City are these days, you never know, they can lose any of those games. So Man City's games are done as well. So the pot 1 teams know which teams they're going to face. I'll scroll through here. PSG is tough there. Real Madrid, slightly balanced. Man City, Dortmund, Madrid, no, that's tough. Bayern Munich, Liverpool are playing Real Madrid, Inter Milan, Atletico Madrid. Chelsea are playing Barcelona, Bayern, Benfica, Atalanta, Napoli. So now let's go to pot 2. Now we're going to find out all the other 6 teams you're going to play against. Now we're going to find out all the rest of the teams you're going to play pot 2, pot 3, pot 4. So now that we have Bayern Munich and Inter, which teams do I want from pot 2? Club Brugge. Give me Club Brugge and Frankfurt, but I don't mind Benfica or Atalanta as well. We haven't gotten any Spanish teams, so there is a chance we could play Atletico Madrid. Juventus. Nah, I don't want Juventus away. Let's see, though. So pot 2, we have Arsenal, Leverkusen, Atletico Madrid, Benfica, Atalanta, Villarreal, Juventus, Frankfurt, Club Brugge. Let's see which one you're going to face. Arsenal. Yeah, showing Declan Rice's goal. Leverkusen. Yeah, Atletico away and Juventus away. I'd like to avoid those ones. So they're going through the teams. Atalanta, we played them last season. We've actually played a lot of this recently. We played Leverkusen in a friendly. I'm sure we played Benfica in a friendly. I'm sure we played Atalanta last season in the Champions League, Villarreal in a friendly. We haven't played Club Brugge. I don't remember Arsenal playing Club Brugge. I don't remember that game at all. I don't think we've played Club Brugge. Frankfurt we have for sure in the Europa League. I remember that one. Juventus, it's been long. Let's see. I also just want teams that we haven't really faced that much. So let's see. Hit the like button if you're enjoying the draw. Let's get to at least 100. Okay, pot 2 now. This is our pot now. You're going to find out the rest of the 6 teams. Which team is first out? Bayer Leverkusen is the next team out. Leverkusen so far, they have PSG and Man City. Leverkusen are going to play Villarreal, Benfica away, PSV at home, Olympiacos away, Newcastle home, Copenhagen away. That's good. So you can still face Kairat and Paphos in pot 4. I want us to get one of Kairat or Paphos in the pot 4. Okay, Leverkusen done. Next up, let's wait for our teams. Arsenal is next up. Now we are going to find out which teams we're going to face now. Let's see how good our draw is going to be. I don't want Galatasaray from pot 4. I don't want Atletico pot 3. Atletico Madrid at home, Club Brugge away, Olympiacos home, Slavia Prague away, Kairat at home, Bilbao away. Okay, so that is it, guys. That is our draw. We have Atletico Madrid at home. I would have loved to avoid that one. Club Brugge away, Olympiacos at home, Slavia Prague away, Kairat at home, Athletic Bilbao away. What do you guys think of that draw? We are facing Kairat at least. I did want Kairat at home. That one is good. So Slavia Prague, Olympiacos. So our home games are Bayern Munich, Atletico Madrid, Olympiacos, Kairat. Oof, those ones are tough. Bayern Munich, Atletico Madrid at home. Inter Milan away, Club Brugge away, Slavia Prague away, Bilbao away. So yeah, that's not very easy. So there, first of all, you see those Club Brugge, Olympiacos, Slavia Prague, Kairat, you need 12 points out of 12 there. You need to win all 12 of those games. And then you figure out which ones you're going to win between Bayern Munich, Inter Milan, Atletico Madrid, and Bilbao. That is it, guys. That is our draw. That is our draw done. Not bad. What do you guys think of the draw? It's officially done for us. Our draw is fair, says Dalton. It is. I just don't like the Bilbao away in pot 4, but it's okay. There's others that have Newcastle away in pot 4. Others have, Galatasaray away in pot 4. So, yeah, it's not the end of the world. Just don't lose more than one game. Try to win 5, and you're probably going to finish in the top 8. It's cool, says Travis. Good to go, says Ivan. Club Brugge is next up. So let's take a look at these other pot 2 teams. Leverkusen, PSG, Man City. I would have loved this Copenhagen away there in pot 4. Benfica. People are saying it's tough for Chelsea. Let's see Chelsea. Chelsea have Barcelona, Bayern, Benfica, Atalanta, Napoli, Ajax, Pafos, Karabakh. Now they do have. You expect them to win those spot 4 teams. You expect them to beat Ajax at home, maybe even Benfica at home as well. Those first 3 teams for us are tough. Let's see how they're going to arrange them for us now. I've just seen Club Brugge smash Rangers 9 goals on aggregate yesterday. Frankfurt is next up. It's good to go on our side, says Kinta. We are good to go for top 8, says Chalalo. I think, to be fair, we are the favorites to lead the... No, it's a league phase. It's all 36 teams. It's not a group. Those are just the teams you're going to play, but it's the league. So you just need to finish in the top 8 to qualify. Frankfurt are playing Tottenham. Let me just post this. So which one is our toughest fixture, guys? Is it Bayern Munich at home? Is it Inter Milan away? Is it Atlético Madrid at home? Is it Bilbao away? Which one do you think is our toughest here? Chelsea have Bayern Munich and Barcelona, right? Oh, yeah, interesting. Oh, yeah, it's... The thing, as we saw last season in the Champions League, you never know. You can literally lose to anyone and you can beat anyone. Moses says it's good. Let's go, Gunners. Last season, I said you need to win all of your home games. I hope that is the case this time around. By the way, we have Bayern Munich and Atlético Madrid at home. We should start with Atlético Madrid at home. They are currently shaky. Says Dalton. So the first one, if you want them as the first one, Dalton, that's going to be between, we are playing Nottingham Forest and then a Champions League game and then Man City. So if you want Atletico there, that means you want Nottingham, Atletico, and Man City in the same week. Fred says Inter Milan away will be the toughest. Last season, we actually played so well against them, but they won with a penalty. Atletico Madrid are playing Galatasaray away as well. Atletico Madrid are playing both Arsenal and Liverpool. I don't think they would have liked that. We shall be in the top 3, says Simon. So in pot 1, I did want like both Barcelona and Madrid together, Barcelona and Bayern Munich together. So I wanted an Inter Milan or a Dortmund there. So I think in pot 1, I did get what I want. In pot 2, I did want us to play Club Brugge, so I got what I wanted. But I wanted to avoid Atletico Madrid, so I did really want that one. In pot 3, I'm happy with that. Olympiacos at home, Slavia Prague away. We should get 6 points there. Kairat at home, I was begging for that one. I wanted to play a team that we've never played before. Bilbao away is the toughest there, but you can't complain when you've got an Olympiacos, Slavia Prague, and Kairat there. So those 4 teams at the bottom, I think you need to win all of them, plus Club Brugge, and then the other 3, you need to try and beat one of them. So pot 2 is done. So let's go through it. Arsenal playing Bayern Munich, Inter Milan, Atletico, Club Brugge, Olympiacos, Slavia Prague, Kairat, Bilbao. Leverkusen there with PSG, Man City. They're going to play Newcastle at home. Atletico Madrid are going to play Inter Milan, Liverpool, Arsenal, PSV, Bodø, Glimt. I also didn't want Bodø, Glimt away, so I'm happy we've avoided that one. Benfica playing Real Madrid, Chelsea, Napoli, Newcastle. Atalanta playing Chelsea, PSG as well, Bilbao. Villarreal are playing Man City, Tottenham, Juventus, Leverkusen. Let's take a look at the English team. So far, Tottenham have Dortmund at home, PSG away, Villarreal at home, Frankfurt away. Not too bad. They got Dortmund in pot 1, so that's not that bad. Which other English team am I forgetting? Where's Newcastle? Newcastle have Barcelona at home, PSG away, Benfica at home, Leverkusen away. Not that easy. I mean, they need a squad, to be honest. This Kairat new team from Kazakhstan, they have Real Madrid, Inter Milan, Club Brugge, and Arsenal. Welcome to the Champions League. So our draw is done, but the draw is continuing. We still have to see the likes of Tottenham and all those other guys, which teams they're going to face. I think the draw is fair. We can get our points away with small teams. The big teams are at home. We can do it. Atletico Madrid at home is the toughest, says Chalalo. Yeah, so in those fixtures, you need at least 5 wins. So those 4 teams, as I said, you need to beat them, the ones at the bottom. And then you also need to beat Club Brugge. And then now from Bayern Munich, Inter Milan, and Atletico Madrid, you need to, at least win one of them and don't lose more than one. If you lose a game in the league phase, lose just one game, not more than one. And then it will be absolutely fine. But hey, the last 2 years we've played against Madrid, we've played PSG, we've played Inter Milan, we've played Bayern Munich. So let's just go. Overall, I'm 70% happy with that, I'd say. 70% happy with that. So not bad. I would have loved to avoid Atletico Madrid in Porto, but Dalton says they're not on form, so let's see. So now they're going to Port 3. RK says, please subscribe and smash the like button. Can we get 200 likes? I don't know how many we are in right now anyway. Let me just check. I'd still be confident of finishing in the top 8, so let's see. We do have a better score than we had last season, and last season we were able to finish very high. Maurice from Uganda says the fixture is a bit fair for us. Can I ask you, do other teams which do not qualify like Man United watch this draw? No, Maurice. Teams like Man United, when we are doing this draw, they're the ones who are making for us the tea to sit down and watch this game. So any Man United fan that is in your house, in your neighborhood, tell them to make you tea so that you can watch the draw. That's what the Man United fans are doing. They're making us the tea. They're not allowed to watch this draw. It's embarrassing. First, you should ask them to beat Grimsby fast before watching this draw. Marseille are also going to play Newcastle and Liverpool. What is Man City's? Let me check Man City and Liverpool again. Liverpool have Real Madrid, Inter Milan, Atletico. So Liverpool kind of have like ours because we have Bayern Munich at home. They have Real Madrid at home. Actually, Liverpool have the first spots there. Liverpool have like almost very similar fixtures to us. They are playing Real Madrid at home. We are playing Bayern Munich at home. They are playing Inter Milan away. We are also playing Inter Milan away. They are playing Atletico Madrid at home. We are also playing Atletico Madrid at home. So there it's a bit similar. And then they have Galatasaray away in Port 4. We have Bilbao away in Port 4. So yeah, I think Liverpool and Arsenal is very balanced. For Man City, Dortmund home. Yeah, I don't think. Man City have Napoli from Port 3, so that is tough. Tottenham's fixtures are nice. Oh, Tottenham would like this. Dortmund, PSG, Villarreal, Frankfurt, Slavia, Prague, Bodø, Glimt, Copenhagen, Monaco. This is good for Tottenham. I think Tottenham have avoided, a tough draw. I do think Tottenham have actually avoided a tough draw. Just look at Tottenham's group here. Fixtures. Dortmund at home, PSG away, Villarreal at home, Frankfurt away. They played Frankfurt last season. They beat them. Slavia Prague at home, Bodø Glimt away, Copenhagen at home, Monaco away. I think Tottenham will like that. I don't think Tottenham will mind that at all. That's good for them. It's a fair group for us. See us winning 5 and drawing 2. Yeah, that is enough. 17 points, you're going to finish in the top 8. And that is fine. 5 wins, 2 draws, and a loss, you're going to finish in the top 8. If you get 6 wins, you're going to finish in the top 3. If you win all 8, you're going to finish top. Inter Bayern, I see more of a draw. That wouldn't be bad as long as you beat the other teams. You don't need to win all of them. The one at home, you need to try and get something. But if you draw it by Munich, no problem. If you draw it both of them and then you beat the others, that is fine. It depends. Let's see how the fixtures are going to be arranged. I'd like us to, if you're to ask me right now to pick the 2 I want us to play first, I would say, where's Arsenal? I'd say give us, let's see. I would say give us Olympiacos at home, and then Inter Milan away first. Yeah, I'd say let's get down with Olympiacos and Inter Milan away. Those two. I think you need like the middle, the tough ones to be like in the middle, you know. So if you need to win the last games, you have like a Kairat or something, and if you need to start well, you start with an Olympiacos. Olympiacos are playing Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Arsenal. Wow. Overall, I'm like, let's say 75% happy with this. Olympiacos are playing PSV, Ajax, Pafos, Kairat. They've gotten both Pafos and Kairat. They're lucky. So Carabao Cup will play Port Vale, Champions League. We're going to play those 8 teams on screen. Out of the English teams, who has the toughest one? Is it Man City now? Man City don't have the toughest one. Chelsea, where is Chelsea? Tottenham have the easiest out of the English teams, and they're in Port 3, so they're pretty lucky with that. Liverpool and Arsenal have pretty similar ones. Man City have a balanced one. Is it Chelsea? Chelsea, Ajax. Yeah, Chelsea had Ajax and Napoli in Port 3. That's tough. I'd actually say maybe Chelsea toughest, than Arsenal and Liverpool. So we already have our draw. So I really have to wait for the pot 4, but we can just get through it. As you guys let me know what you think of our draw. I mean, we have a good team now. Now we have a striker in Gyökeres who was scoring a lot of goals in the Champions League last season, you know. So why I also say they don't want Bayern Munich and Atlético Madrid early. I want like players like Saka to recover by the time we play against those teams. So I'd throw them in October or November there. Let's see, Bayern Munich home. Inter Milan away. PSV. The draw is long for sure, especially if you're in pot 4. You really have to like wait to finalize your teams. 1 loss and 1 draw, you win the rest. That's fine. 1 loss, 1 draw, you're going to even be in the top 5. Yeah, if you win 6 games, you're going to be in the top 4 actually. But there is margin to lose 1 and draw 1. I see us in the top 5. It's a fair draw. That says Vincent. Tottenham are lucky though. Tottenham actually have a good draw. Let me check Newcastle again. Which teams are Newcastle facing? Newcastle are going to play Barcelona, PSG, Benfica, Leverkusen, PSV, Marseille. Man, they don't have any easier teams so far. It's all tough so far. You'd expect them to beat PSV at home though. One thing I'm happy about is that you're facing different teams. I didn't want us to face PSV again for like the 10th time. So it's been long. I don't think I've ever seen Arsenal playing Club Brugge. Olympiacos has been long. I think we played Olympiacos and Slavia Prague in the Europa League like during 2021, 2022. There, both of them. So the last pot, and then we are done. Let me just post this on. Actually, with our current squad, you can win all our matches, says Dalton. Yeah, you can, but yeah, I don't think there's anyone who can win all 8 of their games. That will be historic. It's tough because there's still Premier League games going on. Teams are still playing their leagues. There's international breaks. There's injuries. So you're capable of winning all 8. But yeah, I wouldn't really go with I wouldn't really go into those games telling Arsenal you have to win all 8 of them. Nah, they don't have to win all 8 of them. You just really need 5 wins, actually. But what you don't want to happen, Dalton, is you don't want to start the season, let's say, with Slavia Prague away, and then you lose to Slavia Prague away in the first game. That is bad because now you know, oh my goodness, we have Bayern Munich, Inter Milan coming up. We've lost the first game. As long as you just do what you need to do. Okay, now you're going to find out the final fixtures and then we end it there. Opponents. We played Bilbao recently. That's when Gyökeres scored his first goal for Arsenal. Bilbao will play against Newcastle away. Thank you guys for being here, by the way. I appreciate it. We need to bring in Hinkapie home. He's comfortable dealing with Kane, says Fred. All in all, we have a strong team this season. We go Gunners, says DJ Joe. You're going to lose one for Inter and win the rest. No, that's fine. If you lose one, that's absolutely fine. How many? We're actually playing Athletic Club, not Madrid. We are playing both of them, Fred. We are playing both of them. Atletico Madrid from Port 2, Bilbao from Port 4. So the draw is about to end. Galatasaray. I'm happy you didn't get Galatasaray away. So it was either get Galatasaray away or Bilbao away. You're welcome, Fred. Five more teams to draw, and then you can finish it there. Newcastle, the last team out, or not the last team out, the last English team out. There's some really good games, though. I'm looking forward to that Napoli versus Chelsea. That will be a good one. Liverpool versus Real Madrid will be a good one. Real Madrid versus Man City, interesting one as always. Bayern Munich, Chelsea, Arsenal, Bayern. So Newcastle are going to play Barcelona, PSG, Benfica, Leverkusen, PSV, Marseille, Athletic Club, and Union SG. Okay. So I'm happy with it overall. So now what you need to do is pick up a good result against Liverpool this weekend, and then an international break, and then hopefully, players come back fit. Hopefully that's one thing. Let's finalize our transfer window, and then after the international break, then it's business time. After that, it's going to be Premier League, Champions League, Premier League, Carabao Cup, Premier League, Champions League. We won't have a break. You see, like the way we've not played midweek so far, after the international break, it's going to be games every single 3 days. So it's going to be tough. Pafos are playing Chelsea away. So last season in the Champions League, we had one of the best defensive records. Actually, we can just confirm that. Let's see, 2024, 2025 UCL. Let's just look at how that table ended last season. I'm sure we had one of the best defensive records with Inter Milan. Let's see, league phase. So last season, we finished third in our group. So last season, we won 6 games out of the 8. Wow. So last season, 6 wins out of 8. We drew 1, we lost 1. We conceded only 3 goals in the 8 games. If we manage to concede only 3 goals again, we've done something right. Because if you play Bayern Munich, Inter Milan, Atlético Madrid, Athletic Bilbao, all those teams, Olympiacos, and concede only 3 goals, that means we've really done something good. So we've scored 16 last season. Now, compared to the others, so this is where we kind of struggled in the Champions League last season, especially in the league phase. We were very good defensively. 3 goals conceded in 8 matches is great. But in terms of scoring, we only scored 16 goals. Now, if you compare with the others, Atalanta scored 20. Dortmund scored 22. Real Madrid scored 20. Bayern Munich scored 20. Barcelona scored 28. Atletico Madrid scored 20. Even Feyenoord, 19th, they scored 18 goals. Even Man City, 22nd, they scored 18 goals. So we were like, we were not even in the top 10, I think, in terms of scoring goals. So most goals scored in the Champions League last season. So now, hopefully, players like Gyökeres can help us with that. Like, even the games we were expected to win, we were winning 1-0. But in terms of defensively, we had the second best defensive record. So let's see. So Liverpool finished with 7 wins and 1 loss last season, 21 points. So number 8 last season. So let me just show you guys before we end it. So the Champions League draws ended now. Let's do this. Let's go to this. So let's look. If you just look at last season's table, this was last season's table. So to finish in the top 8, if you compare it last season, you need to have at least 16 points. So 16 points is you win at least 5 games and a draw, or you win at least 6 games. So if you draw more than 2, it's already a problem. So out of your 8 games, you need to win at least 5 and get a draw 2. Make sure you don't lose more than 1 game. Now, if you lose 2 games and you win 6, you're still going to finish in the top 8, because that will mean 18 points for you. But you obviously don't want to lose 2 games. I've given Arsenal margin to lose 1. You can lose 1 game, no problem. And you can draw 1, no problem. But in terms of losses, the ones I'm looking at, don't lose more than 1 game. And then for the wins, try and win your home games. Don't lose at home. So those are the 2 things. Don't lose more than 1 game, and don't lose at home for sure. So Aston Villa, they have 16 points with Lille, and they went through. So even 15 points, as you can see here, Atalanta, Dortmund, Madrid, Bayern, Milan, even 15 points is not enough. So if you win 5 and lose 3, you're not going to finish in the top 8. So you need to make sure you don't lose even a point. You rather definitely draw than lose, because that 1 point will help you. Like, as you can see here with Aston Villa and Atalanta, one had 16, the other one had 15, one went through, despite Atalanta having a way better goal difference. But as you can see in the goal scoring column here, 20 is 20, 20, 20, but us, we had 16. So Inter Milan only scored 11 goals as well, but their defense was really good too. So that's the Champions League draw, guys. We'll talk more about it after the international break. Let's see how we're going to do. But now the focus turns into finalizing the transfer window and also playing against Liverpool this weekend. Another game there, you need to make sure that you don't lose that game against Liverpool. So I appreciate you guys watching. Hit the like button if you enjoy that. I'll catch up with you on the next one.